even if you've got a water maker on board, you're probably still going to be looking for ways to conserve water. Generally, we don't just turn the tap on and let it run. And one of the times that we use the water on board every day is washing dishes. How do you save water when you're washing dishes? Hi, I'm Nika Waters, and welcome to the Boat Galley Podcast. I'm sharing 5 of my favorite tips for saving water while doing the dishes on board. Today's episode of the Boat Galley Podcast is sponsored by Lunatech, makers of the hydration spray bottle, odor-free dishcloth, and self-cleaning washcloth. Lunatech offers practical gear designed to save water and reduce waste. A water bottle that doubles as a garden hose, a dishcloth that doesn't get stinky. Yes, please. Visit lunatechgear.com to learn more. Use code BOATGALLEY to save 10% on everything. Lunatech, innovative gear for your outdoor adventures. Absolutely. Using that hydration spray bottle as a way to mist water onto your dishes to clean them, that is a fantastic way to save water when you're washing the dishes. I've got 5 other tips for you too. As a side note, we on Calypso and Mischief have opted not to have a saltwater pump in the galley. Rationale: we work really hard to keep salt water out of the boat. Why in the world would we introduce it down below on purpose? Having a saltwater pump down below is not one of my dishwashing water-saving tips. But here are the 5 that I use every day. First of all, have a soapy glass filled with water and soap into which you dip the sponge or rag or brush or whatever it is that you use to wash your dishes. Because then if you do that, you don't have to run water over your dishes to get them wet first. The water is on the sponge and it helps to get the stuff off. Number 2, scrub all your plates and cups before you rinse any of them. And any pots that need soaking, place those underneath your faucet so they catch the rinse water. And then you don't have to just run water specially into the pots for soaking. Instead, you're using the rinse water, which will have some soap on them. The third, if you have pressure water, which we do not on Calypso and Mischief, we just have a foot pump. But if you have pressure water, you don't need to open the tap all the way. Open the tap only enough to get a small stream. The 4th tip: when you are running the water, be it by foot pump or by the trickle method, simultaneously run your hand over the item or swirl the water around to remove the soap suds. You don't have to just use endless water to remove the soap suds, because you can give it a little bit of help either with the swirling or with your hands. Number 5, if you drink your coffee out of a French press, one of the things that's kind of a pain is to clean that filter presser thing, because there always seems to be coffee grounds left on the bottom of it. So rather than use your water to rinse off all those grounds, dip that filter press part into one of those pots or pans. Just drop it very gently onto the surface of the water, and the coffee grounds will detach from that filter into the water, and you've saved a whole lot of water not having to rinse the coffee off. Dishwashing is a chore that we do 3 times a day, every day of the year. Finding small ways to save water can really, really add up. I'd love to hear your tips and share them with all of us too. I can't wait to share an anchorage with you when we don't have to be doing the dishes right then. Instead, we can just toast to our good fortune at being able to live this incredible lifestyle. Thank you so much for listening to the Boat Galley Podcast. Hopefully, this has given you something to think about and maybe some ideas that you can take home and use for yourself. The Boat Galley is all about making boat life better. And saving water, that's one way of making boat life better. I hope you have the most spectacular week.